The other issue that we've been discussing with the company and some governments is in respect to international airports. We have a draft MOU before us in respect to international airport. That delegation is here to visit the sites, to review documentation we have on the Crampton Point site, which was advised as being the only suitable site for an airport in Dominica. And once we are satisfied with the contents of the MOU, we shall proceed with signing the MOU. And that company will provide us with a conceptual design of the airport. What would the airport look like if we were to pursue the actual drawings and design and construction of the airport? Once we do that, then we'll engage ourselves in further discussions insofar as cost is concerned. But I believe it's an important first step. It's an important step that at least we have a draft MOU before us that we're looking at, that we're reviewing. And once the cabinet approves it in the next week or two, then we might be in a position to sign this MOU to advance the process and so on. Now, I'm not saying that the airport will be built next year. I'm not saying that at all, because there are a number of very important stages and steps and matters that one has to consider. The airport is not a small bridge. It is not a road. The number of components that one has to take into consideration before you advance towards the actual start of the construction. If you look at the Growth and Social Protection Strategy paper, you will see that the international airport is mentioned in that strategy as being an important element for the economic development of Dominica. So the Labour Party has never been opposed to an international airport. What the Labour Party has said, and will continue to say even today, that the country cannot afford to contract a loan of over $400–500 million to build an airport. And I'm saying to the people of Dominica that under this arrangement, if it comes down to a point where we have to borrow that sum to build the airport, we will not build the airport. What we're discussing with potential donors and countries, friendly countries, once we get this document dossier prepared on the airport, we will engage them with a view to see to what extent they will be able to assist us in the realization of our ambition to build an international in Dominica. We will need to get about 80 to 85% of that airport as a grant for us to be able to build it. Anything less than that, it will make it very, very difficult for Dominica to build an international airport on its own. We've had several leads, we've had several discussions over a number of years with different groups, American groups, European groups, groups from China also we were discussing them. But this group has indicated that they have the capacity to advance the conceptual drawings of the airport, and having done that, then we have to do all of the necessary EIAs, all the necessary geological testing done up over there. And so the number of things that one has to take into consideration before you actually start the commencement of the airport. I'm not an expert in it, but based on how I know the finance of the country is and the country's ability to repay down the road, if you're not able to get grants in that amount for the airport, it's going to be impossible. It's going to be challenging for the country, because you see, people must understand, even if you're a country, when you go out to borrow money from the World Bank or the CDB, you must also, like any citizen who goes to the bank to borrow money to build a home or buy a vehicle, you must show your ability to repay. You see? And based on the size of our economy and the extent of the debt that this airport would create, it would be impossible, absolutely impossible for us to be able to pay, because you cannot tax people to the point where they have no money to be taxed. You see, so how do you intend to service this debt if you were to take a debt of, say, of $300–400 million? And this is why we've always rubbished the proposal or the idea floated out by the United Workers' Party that they will build an international airport, because they have not been able to say to you in any clear way that how they intend to finance it. They have indicated in some ways or the other that they will finance it for loans and blah, blah, blah. But there's no way you can finance an airport in Dominica by way of loans. It will be disastrous. It will destroy the economy. and it will destroy the way of life of our citizens. There are a number of issues that I want us to take into consideration, and once you get the conceptual drawing from the people, then we'll be in a better position to articulate certain details of the airport. But it can be certainly in the foreseeable future. So the only MOU that we have signed with the company so far is in respect to the hotel.
Right.